सर्वपूज्यं सदा पूर्णम् अखण्डानन्दविग्रहम् स्वप्रकाशं चिदानन्दं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् निष्कलं निष्क्रियं शान्तं निर्मलं परमामृतं गणेशपुरीवासिनम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् योगपूर्णं तपोमूर्तिं प्रेमपूर्णं सुदर्शनं ज्ञानपूर्णं कृपामूर्तिं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् दुर्जना सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जना शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत वन्देभ्यो मुक्तसंज्ञान् विमोचयेत् स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहेशाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी शस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु सर्वकामान् वाप्नोतु सर्वत्र नन्दतु स्वस्ति मातरौ पितॄनो अस्तु स्वस्ति गोभ्यो जगते पुरुषेभ्यः विश्वं सुभूतं सुविधत्वं नो अस्तु सुखे वदृशे सूर्यम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः आरती करूं सद्गुरु के करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरु वर के आरती करूं गुरुवर की आरती करूं सद्गुरु के करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर के आरती करूं गुरुवर के जय गुरुदेव अमर अविनाशी ज्ञान रूप सर के वासी जय गुरुदेव अमर अविनाशी ज्ञान रूप सर के पग पग पर देते प्रकाश जैसे किरण दिन कर के आरती करूं गुरुवर के आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरु पर के आरती तुम्हारे आए अमृत से मीठे फल पाए। जब से शरण तुम्हारे आए अमृत से मीठे फल पाए। शरण तुम्हारे क्या है छाया कल्प वृक्ष तरु पर के आरती करूं गुरुवर के। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाशक योग ज्ञान के अटल प्रवर्तक। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाशक योग ज्ञान के अटल। जय गुरु चरण सरोज मिटा दे व्यथा हमारे और की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। अंधकार से हमें निकाला दिखलाया है हमारा उजाला। अंधकार से हमें निकाला दिखलाया है। कब से जाने छान रहे थे काक सुनो दर दर की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की। आरती करूं संशय मिटा विवेक कराया। भवसागर से पार लंघाया। संशय मिटा विवेक कराया। भवसागर से पार लंघाया। अमर प्रदीप जला कर कर निशा दूर सतन की। आरती करूं गुरुवर के। आरती करूं सद्गुरु के करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर के। आरती करूं गुरुवर के। भेदों बीच अभेद बताया। आवागमन विमुक्त कराया। भेदों बीच अभेद बताया। आवागमन विमुक्त कराया। धन्य हुए हम पाकर तारा राम ज्ञान निरंजन की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। करो कृपा सद्गुरु जगतारण तत्पथ दर्शक भ्रांति निवारण। करो कृपा सद्गुरु गुरु जगतारण ततपत दर्शक भ्रांति निवार
जय हो
नित्य ज्योति दिखलाने वाले लीला धर की आरती हम गुरुवर आरती करूं नित्यानंद है सद्गुरु दाता शक्तिपात के दिव्य प्रदाता मुक्तानंद है सद्गुरु दाता
शक्तिपात के दिव्य प्रदाता
कर के वास गणेशपुरी भवबाधारले जनकी आरती करूं गुरुवर की आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करूं गुरुवर की।
चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं नादबिन्दु कलातीतं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी मां। जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी मां। अम्बिके जय जय जगजननी मां। બધા ગાવ
બધા પાસે નથી, આપણા પાસે જ.
जय मां जय मां जय मां जय मां जगदम्बिके
जय मां जय मां जय मां
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी
क्या मन हर नाम
सुहाया है,
क्या
मन हर नाम सुहाया है। वारों सब कुछ माँ
चरणों पर,
वारों सब कुछ माँ चरणों पर। मेरे मन को ये भाया है। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी माँ।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी
माँ।
हे प्रेम पुंज है, करुणामय है, आदि शक्ति जग जननी माँ है।
प्रेम पुंज है, करुणामय है, आदि शक्ति जग जननी माँ
है। प्रेम पुंज है, करुणामय है, आदि शक्ति जग जननी माँ। पुंज है, करुणामय है, आदि शक्ति जग जननी माँ। बालक तेरे चरणों
में आया है।
तेरे वरद हस्त शीश है, तेरे वरद हस्त में शीश रहे। बालक तेरे चरणों में आया है।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी माँ।
जगदम्बिके
जय जय जग जननी माँ।
हे माँ,
हे माँ, हे माँ, हे जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी माँ।
गुरुदेव
के अंदर बैठ के माँ तुमने खेलों को खेला था।
गुरुदेव के
अंदर बैठ के माँ तुमने खेलों को खेला था।
उस मंजुल वेश में आकर के, उस मंजुल वेश में आकर के पतितों को गले लगाया
जननी माँ
जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी
माँ
हे माँ
हे माँ O graceful, pure, sacred power, O radiant one of boundless light, O bliss embodied mother, make my heart shine bright. Day and night, in all 24 hours, I offer you my worship. Awaken the inner power in this vessel. Let me sing your auspicious name. O Mother, purifier of the fallen, your child seeks refuge at your door. Grant your blessed, auspicious boon. This is my prayer again and again. How enchanting, how delightful is your name. I surrender everything at your feet, O Mother, for that is what my mind finds delight in. O Universal Mother, victory to you, Mother of the world. O Fountain of Love, O Ocean of Compassion, O Primordial Power, Mother of all creation, victory to you, Mother, victory to you. May your gracious hand rest upon my head. Your child has come to your feet. Dwelling within Gurudev, O Mother, it was you who played your divine play. Victory to you, Mother, victory to you. By appearing in that charming form, you embraced the fallen, you embraced the suffering. You are Sri Ram, you are Sri Krishna, you are Durga, you are Kali, you are Sri Radha also. In Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Shankara, it is your radiance that shines through. My salutations again and again at your feet, O divine power. Victory to you, Mother, victory to you. My salutations again and again at your divine feet, O divine power, divine Shakti. You have bestowed compassion and embraced me, lowly, fallen, and distressed. With your heart, O Mother, O Universal Mother, victory to you, Mother of the world. Mother, whatever I receive, let it be only from you. Whatever you give, may I rejoice in that alone. Let mineness not remain in me. I have offered everything to you, O Universal Mother. Victory to you, Mother of the world. Victory to you, Mother. Victory to you. Muktanandaya Gurave Shishya Samsara Harinne Bhakta Karyaikadehaya Namaste Chitsadatmane Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. With great love and great respect, a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you on this Sunday morning. So about 3 months ago, we gathered here for what was called the Welcome Satsang. Exactly 3 months later, almost to the day, we gather here for what is called Farewell Satsang. So life continues welcoming, life continues sustaining, and life continues departing. So last Sunday we had Peter Fagiola and Ted Moran here, who offered a wonderful offering, I would say. Can't really call it a concert. Something that is in the tradition of Pakhwaj, still continues in a very small manner. But Peter and Ted have decided, in the Western world at least, to make it a big thing. So I told him last night, people from around the world congratulated Peter that they didn't know this side of Peter. They only knew Peter behind the board, or Peter doing dishes, Peter chopping, Peter cooking. And last Sunday they saw I don't know what the right word would be. A very different Peter. A very effulgent Peter. Somebody said it was fabulous, commitment, skill, and talent. Fabulous, commitment, skill, and talent. I think they used 1985 as a time. So that would be exactly 40 years ago when Ted and he met in California. And we thank Ted for pushing Peter towards Pakhwaj. Because Pakhwaj is a lot of work, a lot of, arm movement and a lot of breath, and tabla is a little bit easier. And the concert remained, I'm sure with others also, for a few days. And then I began thinking about this Sunday today, the farewell. I remembered April farewell, for those of you who might remember. I don't even know if you remember April. I don't know if you remember the farewell. How many of you do? One. I'm just asking, April farewell. I didn't say the date. It was the 6th, I think, or 5th, whatever. April farewell. So one, we have two. That's very sad.
Experiment.
Hello, just raise your hand. You don't have to talk to me, talk to anybody. Just raise your hand. This is exactly what we all do. Clarity is missing in our life. If you remember, just raise your hand, which is what others did. 2 of them did, 1/3 of them raised their hand. This is very sad. It's very sad that satsangs happen and that we forget. And I wonder, I ask myself, but then I do it because I enjoy it. Like my whole week has been gone. You'll have to come all the way around. You'll have to think, I think, all week long, what is it going to be? So I thought, okay, April was wonderful. It remained with me for months. Then we had one at Yoga Niketan in Rosario. It still remains with me. I was watching it the other day to even think of what happened, what was said. So I woke up Tuesday morning with this thought, the wonder that is life. The wonder that is life. And immediately behind it, from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita came a verse, Ascharyavat paschati kaschidena ascharyavat tataiva chanyaha vadati tathaiva chanyaha ascharyavat tachainyamanya shrunoti shutva penam nachaiva kaschit. And of course I went and opened the book, because the word Ascharya is wonder, it's marvel. It's in the 2nd chapter, the 29th verse. Some say this is a wonder. Some others speak of this as a wonder. Some others hear of this as a wonder, but even after hearing, no one truly understands. That is all. Krishna tells that we hear of the self, and yet it's such a wonder. So much time has passed, so much has happened, and it remains as a wonder. There are 2 chairs over here if you want to borrow. वो कुर्सी उठा के दे देना देवी, वो कुर्सी दे दे हमको. Anandi and Shelly, if you want to go back, I think there's space. Udhar de de, Devi, udhar. I'd like to request going forward in satsangs, if you can be here by 10:30. It helps this. Devi, dusri bhi hai. It helps the speaker, remain focused. I know you come from long ways, you come from far ways. I actually told Devyani and I forgot to tell Michael, please be seated by 10:30. Because it disturbs the hall monitor, it disturbs me, it disturbs the audience, disturbs online. I know you have a very busy life, but you have chosen to wake up, to come to satsang. And I usually am on time, I start on time. Mukta and Baba's discipline, blessings, grace, that yellow line that I talked about last time, yellow lines. You'll find actually on social media today so many little clips on discipline. I don't know how many of you watch it. Discipline. Because our modern society thinks discipline is the worst thing. Get rid of discipline. Throw discipline out. No, discipline is important. Discipline is necessary. We had a school teacher here last week who agreed to a lot of things I said. So it was his first time here. Jim and Kelly brought him up. I said, I see you agreed a lot with what I said. He said, I'm from the school district, so I can relate to all the things you said. And he said, I get up in the morning. I go running. I go rock climbing. He said, people say, oh, it's cold at 5 o'clock. He said, you just got to bundle up. You just got to get out that bed or whatever it is and get going. We have made, the topic today is that the wonder that is life. The wonder that is life. 40 years ago, my life, if you think of a Ferris wheel, was way up there at the top. Exactly 40 years ago, God said, okay, I'm going to throw you all the way down into the ditch. Thousands of people all of a sudden said, oh, you, who? Who are you? We don't know you. And then it was like there, alone, rumbling in life, wondering what to do, where to go, how to go. And here, 40 years later, back, the Ferris wheel is slowly climbing up. And wake up Tuesday morning, the wonder that is life. And not only English, but right behind it, Ascharyavat paschati kaschidena. And then that very morning, somebody from India wrote me, said, we were at a prison, we gave a program. And we quoted from Baba, never think you are bad. Never think you are bad. You are his son, you are his daughter. Whatever you have done in the past was like a bad dream. Whatever you have done in the past was like a bad dream. Now take a pledge that you will not repeat it and stick to it. Now take a pledge that you will not repeat that mistake again and stick to that pledge. Everything will be good then. So I woke up with the thought, woke up with the shloka. This message comes in probably Probably same time, I don't know, I didn't check. And then somebody else, I don't even know, that randomly wrote, life continues through cooperation. Live life always smiling, because no one knows how much life is left. Stay happy, keep smiling. A beautiful life will bloom from a beautiful mind that is nurtured by beautiful thoughts. At any time, you can allow beauty to flow within you. So within a couple of hours, whoever it is, whether you want to call it God, you want to call it Guru, you want to call it Shakti, you want to call it all of this boom, boom, boom. So I said, okay, the wonder that is life. The wonder that is life. So if you don't remember anything else from April, we had a very big table here. And I had plenty of props, and I stood there for 90 minutes. I came dressed about like this with the clothes that Baba Muktananda, and I said, I want to channel him. And I had props. And I contacted Madhu. I said, I'll miss you today because I would love some props. He said, aren't our senses props that help us experience the wonder of life? That is, our eyes that experience the beauty in the natural world around us, the ears that can directly connect us to the vibrations in the music of this life, our nose that fills us with fragrance of flowers. So these are the props today. Senses that help us experience the wonder of life. Eyes that experience the beauty in the natural world around us. The ears that can connect directly to the vibrations in the music of this life. The nose that fills with fragrance. And then, along with that, he said, okay, something that we've been studying from the Saundarya Lahari. From this transcendental nada, the entire creation emerged as a ray or color, which then diversified into the gross world of sight, sound, smell, form, and touch. Whatever is seen in this universe is nothing but vibrating energy in constant motion, which produces the most subtle sound inaudible to the human ear. But Saraswati is divine, and she can hear the subtle sound of Om, which is Devi's speech. So I was glad. I thought, okay, here's wonderful, that the classes happen, the courses happen, the online continues every month, and somebody out there is sitting, looking at his book, studying his or her book, and just reveling in the knowledge, reveling in what has happened. And I would like to invite you, if you come sit here, if you watch online, start taking notes so that when you wake up and there is something, the words, the verses, the teachings follow. We were discussing the other day our issue of society today. What have we done? We have let go of the anchor that we should hold on to, that is divinity. We are just in free fall. We have decided, I don't need that. I don't know what that is. You watch young people all ask, what is God? I don't see God. I don't know God. How do I know God made all this? The sages ask us some very simple questions. Where did you come from? You also came from nothing. Then who is that which created you from nothing? The sperm has nothing, the egg has nothing, yet the two come together, and from that two you are created. And we are lucky that we are created, because I got an email from a young girl who's carrying a baby, and she sent the name of a new sickness, along with which it might not be new for the medical field, but for me it was new. Anomaly of the heart, I think it was. And she sent the link for me to read what it is. So here we are grateful, proud that we are here, but know how many else have not made it. So somebody named Marcus Aurelius said, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. This lesson encourages daily gratitude. Humans often appreciate life's simple blessings only when hardship strikes or years pass. Marcus urges us to recognize each morning as a gift. Just being alive offers opportunities to grow, feel, connect, and contribute. Starting the day with this mindset fosters humility, joy, and presence instead of stress or complaint. Kabir Sahib says, Aaya hai so jayega raja rank fakir, ek simhasan chadi chale, ek bande jaat janjeer. Whoever has come is going to go. This is Raja Ranka Fakir. Whether you are a king, whether you are a beggar, whether you are a great sage. No matter who you are. Ek simhasan chadi chale, ek bande jaat janjeer. One might go royally. One might go on a throne. And one might go just bound. Bound we could take here in many different ways. How we go? We can go royally because we have understood who I am, or we can just go trapped as an individual, like fighting to die. Fighting not to die, rather, I should say, right? Fighting not to die, struggling not to die, want to live. But the Lord Yama comes and says, let's go. And the family is there, weeping, crying. All of that is all fake tears. Because the next moment after you're gone, nobody cries. They continue with life, it goes on. And Gaue? I found a verse which I liked, and it's in a chanda called Sharda Vikrula. Sharda Vikrita Chanda. So I've asked them to sing for us. Bhaskar ka lagao ki gaएंगे? Mandasmita kandalasya niyatam Kamakshi shankamahe bimbakaschana nutana prachalito naishakara shikara kincha kshirapaya nidhi pratinidhi Swarvahini vichika bibbo kopi vidamba eva kuhana mallila rucha. The poet wonders if the goddess's gentle smile resembles the reflection of the moon, the spray of the night dew, the shimmering waves of the ocean, or the delicate brightness of jasmine blossoms. Yet he concludes that all these are inadequate imitations, unable to match the originality of a divine smile. The imagery underscores that her charm transcends worldly beauty, surpassing natural wonders. Her smile is simultaneously cooling nourishing, and spiritually uplifting. The devotee is left in awe, unable to define it in ordinary comparisons, thus acknowledging its unique, ineffable divinity. I don't know if you got any of that. I read it 10 times. I read the Sanskrit many times. I sent it to Bhaskar, sent it to his brother Nirmal. I said, okay, everybody help. Because I just loved. On one side, the poet is imagining the gentle smile. The Sanskrit word is mandasmita. It's a word that has stayed with me for quite a few years. Manda and smita, mandasmita. And so whenever, over the years, we've tried to buy statues, I always try to tell the artist, I said, it should have a smile. But it's a smile that cannot be seen, but is only known by seeing. It's not like that you see that there is a smile, but you know there is a smile because you can see it. It's there. So here he says, if the goddess's gentle smile resembles the reflection of the moon, the spray of night dew, the shimmering waves of the ocean, or the delicate brightness of jasmine blossoms. You have to be from a tropical place to understand all of this. Shimmering waves of the ocean, the delicate brightness of jasmine blossoms. I don't know how many of you look at the moon. 2 days ago, it was the new moon. When you walk and there's no moon, that means it's new moon. And slowly, in a couple of days, you will see a crescent. And then you know it's a Shiva's moon. The 4th day, it's Ganesha's moon. 8th day is the goddess moon. Then there is full moon. Then there is new moon. Start connecting to nature. Start feeling. Stop complaining. You know that word? Very well. Start appreciating. Appreciating yourself. Forget everyone else. Start dressing up. Start looking good. Start feeling good. Start loving yourself. That's what Baba Muktananda said, no? What did he say? You are his son. You are his daughter. It means you are somewhere from the divine. So just love yourself. And just go with that. This is all this imagery underscores the charm of that mandasmita, of that beautiful smile, of that gentle smile. Because the smile, which is, we have to think to ourselves, it's not just that smile, it is my smile also. Cooling, nourishing, spiritually uplifting. So if it is these things, cooling, nourishing, spiritually uplifting, so is it cooling like the moon? Is it like the spray of the night dew? Is it like the fragrance of the jasmine blossoms? Because so much happens in just one. The devotee is left in awe, unable to define it in ordinary comparisons, thus acknowledging its unique, ineffable divinity. So when that verse of the Gita came, there's another verse from the same chapter, the 70th verse, which says, Apuryamanam achalapratishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kama yap pravashanti sarve sashanti maapnoti nakama kami. It talks about a person who's established in the knowledge of the self. an ocean-like stage, who remains steady, peaceful, just as the oceans remain undisturbed by the rivers that constantly flow into it. The sage, despite all of the external desires and experiences, remains at peace. So when you begin to think of life and the wonder is not just in one place. Wonder is not just limited. If we think through the senses, if we think through the mind, if we think through the emotions, if we just think of what is happening. About 115 years ago, Theodore Roosevelt gave a speech in France. It's a long speech, but a little part of it. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena. Now, who is in the arena? Someone who is heavily involved in a situation that requires courage, skill, or tenacity, as opposed to somebody sitting on the sidelines and watching. So the man, woman, person in the arena who's in the midst involved. And this is life. Courage, skill, tenacity. Not sitting on the sidelines and watching everybody else play, but getting involved in the play. Whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood. Who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. There is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds. Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions. Who spends himself in a worthy cause. Who at the best knows in the end of the triumph of high achievement, who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. So for all of us who think of ourselves as seekers, as sadhakas, as yogis, or whatever you want to call yourself as, come into the arena. Start. Don't just sit on the sidelines and say, I am detached. Such people are scary because they don't have the guts to get in. They don't have the courage, but they have the full thing to sit outside and give free commentary. And I have a great dislike for such people who feel that I'm not getting involved, I'm not doing anything. No, you can do. Why not? You have just as much power in you to do something. So instead of sitting and thinking I can't do anything, think of I can. The possibility exists. And that is what here is. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. Do something. Ask yourself. The scriptures tell us, Ichha, Kriya, and Jnana. The will, the doership, the will, Ichha, the doership, the ability to do, Kriya, action, Jnana, knowledge, is there in each and every one of us. You can't just sit here and say, Ted and Peter, wow, wow, wow. Now, self, what can I do to find out within myself what creative skill lies in me? I speak to each and every one of you. Don't think I'm speaking to only this side of the room or that side of the room. So when I come back in March, I'll ask you again, what happened in November? And go Thanksgiving. Remember the wonder that is life. Look up verse 29 of the Gita. Look up 70th verse of the Gita. Try to find this verse that I just sang for you. It's all there. So cut out all the nonsense. Cut out all the crap. Cut out all the nonsensical discussions in which you waste time, which have no outcome. And there's plenty of that out there. Ask yourself if I've lived in satsang. After Peter's thing, somebody wrote to me that Peter talked about the Guru, and they said, one has to be worthy enough to get to the Guru first and all of that. And I wrote them back and I said, no, wait a minute, let me explain to you. Peter said, Guru opens a door when he feels it's right. He puts on his shoulders constantly echo in my mind. And immediately a voice from within says that one must also have the worthiness for it. I wrote back, I said, when you are worthy is when you have reached the Guru. When you are worthy is when you have reached the Guru as you are ready for grace and transformation. This is somebody sitting in India listening to what Peter is saying. And I thought Peter's mic was not loud because he was speaking a little softly. But here somebody heard it. But you have to be willing to accept the transformation. This is the biggest challenge for each and every one of us. Am I willing? And I suggested that they look up, there's a story called Bhai Manj. It's a long story. And when the Guru asks him at the end, what is the blessing or boon you would like? He says, don't test anybody like this. Because I passed, I made it, but I'm not sure how many will. So he's asking the Guru to be benevolent. So lucky we are, to think, to realize. We have to ask ourselves really, what is it that we value in life? Somewhere I read it says, money has utility value. Money has utility value, not happiness value. True wealth is found not in what we hold, but in how deeply we feel fulfilled. Let's choose joy, simplicity, and inner growth over anything the world can buy. So when we begin to study the scriptures, we begin to ponder over them, contemplate them, and you realize that all of this conquers the darkest region of our material existence. When you start doing sadhana, what sadhana does, it sheds light. And it wants you to get rid of darkness. But we, for so many lifetimes, have held on to it. That when the scripture, the Guru, the teachings tell us, let go, we say, yeah, but I like it. I like my ignorance. I like my darkness. I like my pain. I like my suffering. Ananda is good, but only on Sunday mornings for 2 hours. And that also you've forgotten from April. That's only 4 and 11 is what? 7 months. In 7 months, That was then. I live only in the present. Yeah, people say that. I don't live in the past. I'm living now, here, in the moment. Yeah, sure. Then don't come say your sob stories. I'm clapping for those who are falling asleep. You can sleep all you want. We'll be done shortly. You can have nice lunch. But at least now wake up. You know, this is stuff that sages sit, meditate, contemplate, ponder, discuss. Kimberly asked, is there still conversations in Sanskrit? Yes, we can still read Sanskrit. We have Pandits who can still break up Sanskrit, who can comment on Sanskrit. One verse, I have 3 pages. English, word by word, and the general meaning. And for many of you who think, the simpler the better, no, it's not really true. Recently, just in the last few days, somebody told me people are going back to church because Latin chanting is being introduced. Latin singing is being introduced in the church. And I share with people, we went to a church with Niranjan Staki way back in the 90s, I think it was, in Maryland. He ran the Episcopal church there. And he introduced Gregorian chanting. And people came because they experienced the energy, the Shakti. And because he had lived with Baba and been a student of Baba's, he knew how to evoke that Shakti. Just like not everybody is able to light a fire in a fireplace. Not everybody is able to keep the fire going in a fireplace. You think it's so easy. Yes, it's easy when it's just gas, you can just, right? I think that's the easiest one. Or you buy those things that burn with full of chemicals. But take a piece of wood, or pieces of wood. So here they say all of this, that the Vedas, the Puranas, the scriptures, all of them, they want that all levels of human beings, because they say not all are equal. Everybody is at a different place, in a different place. People who are conducted by the mode of goodness. People who are under the mode of ignorance. People who are under the mode of passion. If we want to talk about sattva, rajas, and tamas. People who are pure. People who are filled with rajas, passion. People who are tamas, like still in satsang but getting nowhere. And then asking, what did satsang give me? What did my association with Muktananda give me? Where did I get? But ask yourself, how much did I allow my log of wood or piece of timber to dry in that Shakti? To burn in that fire so it dried, so it could catch fire. In May, something from India was shared with me, and I thought I'd share with you here today. And something to think about, that it's happening here too. Maybe the examples could be a little bit different. But this is Indian, so written for the Indian population. In the next 10 to 15 years, an entire generation will gradually leave the world. We have Mr. Sharma coming in, who is part of that generation of people. Poonam wrote to me, he was, 20 years old, Poonam? His mother had died. 2 younger brothers and a sister after Sharmaji. The father said, I could remarry, but people will say, when your son is of marriageable age, shouldn't you marry the son? And the son wants to become a sadhu. He wants to leave the world. But as a good son, he marries. The wife is 15 years old, the then wife. She's passed now. He's completed his duties. He's been a good son, good husband, good father, good grandfather. And for 2-3 years we've been discussing his move to Magod. But the wife said, nah, I like it here. So last week Poonam wrote, he's asking, can I come? Because the discussion before was for 2. So I said, sure, you can come. Why not? He came here, I think, in 1968, if I'm correct. Sometime back then. He's lived here all those years. He wants to go back. So at least, first of all, I applaud those people who have the guts to say, I'll leave all of this, all of whatever this. When I say this, it means whatever, because it's not so easy. Because I like my bed, I like my bathroom, I like my heat, I like my, all my so-called comforts, which I have to leave anyway. My house slippers, or as Kwabena would say, my soft mat to step on when I step out of the shower. We've only had, I can count them on my fingers, people of this age who left to move to Magod, and maybe some who have moved here to Walden. To leave their comfort and say, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go live the life. And that in our scriptures at the end is a forest dwelling stage, is a sannyasi stage, when you say, okay, this is all done now. Because ultimately ask yourself, who is going to come live with you 24 hours when you need help? In the Western world, it's easy. You find the best place that you think is, I think light is on, your flashlight. You want it on? Okay. So we say, okay, you go stay there. I'll come visit you. And you tell whoever it is. In India, the child doesn't have the guts to tell the parents. So he leaves them there and says, I'll call you, I'll contact you. So the parent is sitting by the phone waiting, hoping the child will call. Because we want to live our life. We want to feel that I want to live my life. So here this says, our senior citizens who are around 75 years old, this generation of people are totally different. And I thought, when I read this, that every generation probably feels this way. They sleep early, they wake up early, they go for walks at dawn, they water their courtyards and plants, pluck flowers for worship, perform their daily puja, and visit the temple every day. They speak to the people they meet on the road. They ask about their joys and sorrows. Greet them with folded hands, and never eat a meal without first offering prayers. Their world feels like a different one altogether. Holy days, holy festivals, hospitality for guests, concern for food, grains, vegetables, greens, pilgrimages, traditions, rituals, all that which revolves around Sanatana Dharma. They're attached to their old telephones. The ones that go dring, dring, dring. Maintain diaries of phone numbers. Have long conversations with someone who called by mistake. That I do too. Used to when we had landlines. And read the newspaper 2 or 3 times a day. Because they have figured out this section is read in the morning, this section is read in the afternoon, this section is read in the evening. You might say, who has so much time? Yes, I know. They always remember what I was talking earlier about Ekadashi, Amavasya, Purnima, the moon. They have deep faith in God, a healthy fear of society, which we don't have at all. A healthy fear of society. Wear old slippers, which we want to get rid of as soon as it has a hole. Vests. This I remember Swami Shantananda sharing, that his grandfather one day was getting ready to go to the theater, and his grandma said, "You're going to wear that?" He said, "What's wrong?" She said, "It's, torn or has a hole." And they were from Puerto Rico. He said, "Everybody knows me. It's okay. So what if it has a hole or if it's torn?" Months later, they happened to be in Manhattan in New York City, and he had the same jacket. She's like, "You're going to wear that here?" He said, "Nobody knows me here." I'm so simple, yet such a great teaching if you get it. In my hometown, everybody knows me. In a city far away, nobody knows me. So if I wear this, so what? I don't know how many of you love pickled cucumbers. I don't. But I've only had one that I liked 25 some years ago. So, because here they talk about pickles and papads, and I realize that pickles and papads here in the Western world would have to be jams, cucumbers. What else? Cheryl, what do you make at home? Things that you do, like season-wise. It's winter coming, so like Devyani has all her sauces made and kept. Tomato sauce when the August and September. Pesto. Okay, so all these things, that are made, they are kept for the next season. And we all remember this, those of us growing up in India, because our mother would say, "Okay, you'll get this now if you do this for me." So this meaning you have to go to the sun, flip over the papad, flip over the whatever it was that was drying in the sun. Sometimes sit there, drive away the birds. And then you'd get something in exchange for the seva that you had done. Always looking for local tomatoes, eggplant, fenugreek, leafy greens. They know how to ward off the evil eye. They went and took us to a store the other day, and across we went to we could call it a yogic store, right? It was closed. And right in front was a tile or a book, I don't know. It said, "Ward off the evil eye." I was like, oh wow. They're the Tibetan flags. Because most people today don't believe in any of this. This is very simple. I explain it to you. Somebody looks at you and go, "Oh, you look so handsome. That's a beautiful piece of jewelry that you're wearing. Look at that lipstick. That color suits you." There's a tinge of jealousy. Even though you may say, "No, I'm just praising you." No, there is. And with that, if you are just vulnerable for a moment, that jealousy, that negativity enters you. You get a splitting headache. You get a stomach. You go to the doctor says there's nothing wrong with you. You say, "No, but I feel it." Because this is just energy. And so the daily chanting, the daily meditation, the daily prayer, the daily all of you do is cleansing. You go to auric cleaning, chakra cleansing, all of these things that are available today, and I laugh at all of those things because the market makes it and we buy it. We have no idea which chakra we are on. And we are being told now we're going to open this chakra, The best is buy what Sophie recommended to me, the Vicks you put in the shower. All chakras will open up. I haven't tried. I haven't tried it yet. She told me it's very good. She said it's the hottest item. It sells a lot in the store. Why not open up all chakras? Why only open one chakra up? Is there someone like this in your home? If yes, take the utmost care of them. Otherwise, an important lesson will disappear with them. A life of contentment, a life of simplicity, an inspiring life, a life free from adulteration and pretense, a life lived on the path of righteousness, a life full of warmth and care for everyone. Give the elders in your family respect, affection, time, and love. And if possible, try to walk in at least a few of their footsteps. It is values, listen to this, it is values, not the state, that prevents crimes. In Sanskrit, it's called samskara. Samskara has to be given to a child right when they are even littler than this. The yellow lines, the solid lines, the broken lines, the white lines need to be explained when they can still understand. Because once they are past a certain age, then to say, let me tell you, it's like, too bad, I'm going. They go into society unharnessed, have never learned discipline. And the fault is not theirs, the fault is ours as parents for not teaching them what is right and what is wrong, what should be done and what should not be done, what is correct and what is not correct. Don't buy all this philosophy, it's all divine. There is no limitations. Then start driving your car on the other side of the freeway. Why not? Simple. I think if you really feel that way, then drive your car the other way and come alive. Come without a ticket. Why then there are limitations? What happens to the divine there? Such nonsense you hear from people. Seriously. I apologize if you misunderstand me, but I'd rather invite you to understand me. Because I do this every day. It's not just a Sunday job, okay? I meet people every day. And I hear this kind of various kinds of nonsense. The other day I was told, tell people that Devyani manages this ashram here. I said, how many of you know that Devyani manages the ashram here? It's Shanti Mandir Walden. Everybody knows that or no? If you don't, then just know that Devyani, for the last 25 years, has been managing Shanti Mandir Walden. Her number is known to everybody. Her email is known to everybody. But we choose that, no, why do I want to go to Devyani? I'll just do what I want. Go the wrong side of the highway, bang into the car, and then I'll go, oh, I didn't know I was not supposed to do that. Oh, really? We have a roundabout, and the roundabout has a direction. Yet sometimes ashram cars park the wrong way. Because they think, I'm just going to go in and out. And sometimes the in and out is 2 hours. The UPS truck has come, the FedEx truck has come, the other truck has come. Then why are there parking spots made? I'm just asking all of this to you for the wonder that is life, because this is also wonder. How dumb can dumb be? It's a question I ask. And so many of people do it. It's not, if it was like, as Kabir says, kehi samjhaun sab jag andha, ek duyi hui to unhe samjhaun. If there were one or two, okay, we could tell them, baby, come here. Let me have a chat with you. He says, Sab jag andha. The whole world is blind. The Upanishad says, Andhena niyamana andha. The blind lead the blind follow the blind. Wondering, wondrous. And we think, oh wow. Stop and talk and ask. It is values that can truly prevent crime. This is the generation that listens to its elders and listens to its youngsters as well. You still with me? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course you're going to say yes. So what did I say just now? What did I say about values? So what values are you going to imbibe? What values are you going to start following? You have to do that first. You can't say, I'm going to go preach to the world values. And you, zero. I tell people, let's start with the Yama and Niyama of Yoga Sutras. Post them around. Instead of wearing t-shirts that say nonsense, wear all this. Prabhu's brother Nirmal is now printing t-shirts with teachings, with quotes. In the West, it's even easier. You can just go and get it printed yourself somewhere. And have conversations. You're paying $100 to wear the logo of somebody else. I don't know if you realize that. Sometimes a big logo across your chest, a big logo across your back, sometimes a big logo on the butt. Yeah, I've seen that. Start advertising yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas. One person may respond to you. But at least that's one that has responded versus none. And then you're going to go home and go, what a madman. Yes, I know I am mad. But you still come here every Sunday. Maybe to listen to my madness. Or maybe I'm like that, it's a mad, mad world comic. It's okay. Because I at least feel that there are some people around the world who communicate with me, who stay in touch with me, with whom I have discussions, who agree that I have gotten better over time because I'm maturing. So, seriously, I'm not joking, because they're good friends, so they tell me sometimes, you're good now. So, so you express yourself, So I say, well, I don't know how long I have, So my bowl of cherries is on the other side now, So how many of you have read or heard or seen Martin Luther King? Good. So the main thing we all know is nonviolence. But then there are other things that he has said. So have a library of books, not just Google. And sometimes when the mind is going wacko, just pull a book out and it will speak to you. It will tell you something. And you'll go, how does the book know what I want or what I need? Remember, there is that greater consciousness which is in you too. And that greater consciousness within you wants to succeed wants to win, wants you to do the right thing. Baba Muktan always reminded us, Satyam vada dharmam chara ma kruda. The Upanishads tell us, speak the truth, walk the path of dharma, don't get angry. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. The quote means a person's true character is revealed during difficult times, not when things are easy. MLK's words emphasize that integrity is shown through courage, through moral conviction, and the willingness to stand up for what is right, especially when it's difficult. Stand up for what is right, especially when it's difficult. So, time and again, conflict, hardship, controversy happens in a life. And a person's true beliefs, moral strength, all of this is most evident. And so, we have to think, we have to ask, we have to talk to ourselves and understand how is it that we can go on in life and stand in the truth that we believe in, understand that truth, live that truth, and be excited about it, even so many years later. So they say lifelong learning is non-negotiable. Lifelong learning is non-negotiable. So those who actually want to move ahead in life will constantly allow themselves to learn, to adapt, to shift, to change, to move, but yet anchored in the divine. Hold on to the divine, stay in touch with the divine, stay connected to the divine, and nothing can shake you. So we'll sing Danya Danya and then Arati Lijo. So you should have all the sheets with you.
प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची जाली त्वरा सुरवरा विमान उतरायाची
Danya Danya ho Pradakshina Satguru Rayaji Jali Twara Suravara Vimana Uttarayaji.
पदोपदी अपार झाल्या पुण्याचारासी
पदोपदी अपार झाल्या पुण्याच्या राशी
पदोपदी अपार झाल्या पुण्याच्या राशी
पदोपदी अपार झाल्या पुण्याच्या राशी
सर्वरी तीर्थे घडली आम आदि करुणिकाशी धन्य सद्गुरु रायाची
धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाले त्वरा सुरवरा विमान उतरायाची
मृदंगताल गौर भक्ता भवते गाती
मृदंग टाळ ढोल भक्त भावार्थे गाती
मृदंगताल गौर भक्ता भवते गाती
मृदंग टाळ ढोल भक्त भावार्थे गाते
नामा संकीर्तने ब्रह्म नंदे नाचाती धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली त्वरा सुरवरा विमान उतरायाची
धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली त्वरा सुरवरा विमान
कोटि ब्रह्मा हत्या हरति करिता दंडवता
कोटि ब्रह्मा हत्या हरिते करिता दंडवत
कोटि ब्रह्मा हत्या हरति करिता दंडवता
कोटि ब्रह्मा हत्या हरिते करिता दंडवत
लोटा गालिता मोक्ष बोले
धन्य धन्य हो
प्रदक्षिणा
सद्गुरुरायाची त्वरा सुरवरा विमान
उतरायाची
धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली त्वरा सुरवरा विमान उतरायाची
गुरु भजनाचा महिमा न कले आगमा निगमासी
गुरु भजनाचा महिमा न कले आगमा निगमासी
गुरु भजनाचा महिमा न कले आगमा निगमासी
गुरु भजनाचा महिमा न कले आगमा निगमासी अनुभवते जानते जय गुरुपदिचे रहिवासी धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली त्वरा सुरवरा विमान उतरायाची प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली त्वरा सुरवरा विमान उतरायाची
प्रदक्षिणा करणी देहा भावे वाहिला
प्रदक्षिणा करुणी देह भावे वाहिला
प्रदक्षिणा करुणी देह भावे वाहिला
प्रदक्षिणा करुणी देह भावे वाहिला श्रीरंगात्मज विठ्ठल पुढे उभा राहिला धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली त्वरा सर्वदा मानवतरायाची
धन्य धन्य हो
प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली त्वरा सर्वदा मानवतरायाची धन्य धन्य हो प्रदक्षिणा सद्गुरुरायाची झाली आरती लीजो अज अविनाशी पूर्ण नित्यानंद प्रकाशी पूर्ण मुक्तानंद प्रकाशी आरती लीजो नभ और धरणी आरती थाला चंद्र सूरज दो दीप उजाला नभ और धरणी आरती थाला